back to another um, platform, virtual platform, podcast interview slash interview. And today we'll be talking about an event and an individual that is doing a great work, and with his experience and his tenacity and love for reggae music and its culture, and also being a Jamaican, that makes him very gives him a significant part into the whole fabric of reggae music. And with that said, the brother is no other than Neville Hamilton out of Canada. So we're talking about an individual who is a Jamaican and migrated to Canada, and along with his migration brought his talent and music to bear in the North American hemisphere of the upper regions of Canada, Winnipeg, Manitoba area, and has established roots and broadcast the music in such a way that he's been recognized by the government, and the government is also of that region is participating with him in bringing reggae music to the forefront. And at the same time, there are challenges that lies ahead and challenges that he's dealing with, and because also the demographics there make it a little bit challenging. But with all that being said, Black History is here to support black artists, black talent, and the whole black culture in general, as long as it's positive, it's educational, it's motivational. That's what we are. That's what we take pride, and that's our uh, motive in doing what we do. So at this time, I'm going to introduce Mr. Neville, and with that said, Mr. Neville's organization, which he's the founder, is of IRAL, which is the International Reggae Afro Latin Music and Artists Festival. That's the event. But IRAL is International Reggae Afro Latin Music, and so therefore I'm gonna let him tell us a little bit about himself and bring his expert knowledge of what he's doing, and bring that to you as the audience who is listening or viewing this on whether it is Facebook, YouTube, any of the social media platform that is there. So at this time, I'm gonna open the floor and welcome Mr. Neville Hamilton um, to the studio and to you all. Neville, go ahead and tell the audience a little about yourself, and we'll start about you in person and your upbringing, and that keep the love and your passion for the music alive.
Well, thank you very much for having me, Owen, on your radio station here and all the Black International Radio community, entertainment rather, community. I just want to big you all up today, and I'm so happy to be a part of this morning and to express to you what we are doing on this side of the world. Right, a lot
Mhm.
of people when you say Winnipeg, they almost think, where is that? And it's a
Right.
it's a
The
place
Windy
up here
City.
where yeah, exactly. It's a place where we experience extreme winter and also extreme summer heat. So we on this side, when we get to our summer, we really want to make the best of it. And what best way to spend summer than to spend it with some reggae music and some reggae people from some of the
Definitely.
Caribbean and the black people to
So we
get
can
that
heat up the
energy,
place.
right?
uh,
Yeah, our music is international. right? So
Right.
the International Reggae Afro Latin Music Arts Festival IRAL was created because we saw that there was a need, right,
Mm-hmm.
to lift the underdeserved people like ourselves, right? And on this
Okay.
side of the world, there's not much of that happening. So we decided that we will make. I'll tell you a little bit more about it as we go along. But
Right.
about me, I'm from Jamaica. I was born in Jamaica. I moved here, well, 11 years coming now, pretty much
Mm-hmm.
from Jamaica.
Mm-hmm.
And I back in Jamaica, I always play music. From I was like 13, I was involved in playing
Right.
music and stuff. And I also started a bunch of little bands and also
Mm.
lots of groups, young kids that went through in my hand, so to speak,
Yeah.
and move on now to today playing internationally for different bands also.
Okay.
So
Okay.
yes, I'm really happy to express that part. So it's something that I was always a part of. The
Right.
development of musicians,
Mm. So
especially.
what instrument do you play?
Well, honestly, they,
Instruments.
but yes, I'm a bass fan. Jamaica reggae music or
It's
Jamaican
all
reggae
about the
music
bass.
all about the bass. So that's where I started,
Yeah.
right at the heartbeat, right?
Okay. Okay.
So
Okay.
I also play the keyboards, a bit of drums, and
Mm-hmm.
the guitars as well. So this is
Okay.
what helped me to actually pass some of my knowledge to the other youngsters that were around me in Jamaica and growing up with as well. You know,
Okay. So
yeah.
were you introduced to music, um, from a school, training? Like, was it a part of your curriculum in school, and you did music, as a curricular activity?
Well, in school we have music programs in Jamaica, you know that, but it
Yes.
doesn't quite go anywhere really,
Mm-hmm.
honestly. But my mom sent me and dad sent me to piano lessons from like 12, 13 there, and
Okay.
that's where it started. And I grew up playing. Believe this, I grew up playing church,
Mm-hmm.
right? So that's important because church, Jamaican church teaches you how to be spiritually connected with your music, right?
Definitely.
And
Definitely.
and and your expression is different from just all the other people who just go to school to learn music,
Right.
right?
Right. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And that's kind of where my most of my training was, or my expression, so to speak, as a
Okay.
child coming up,
Right.
right? But as I grow older now, I begin to play in different events, weddings,
Mm-hmm.
big concerts and all of that stuff. And before long we were getting quite to be quite the band in in those days back
Okay.
there, right?
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
So,
So
it reminds me of me a little bit, except I didn't follow through on the passion for the instruments. I played guitar, at an
nice.
early age, but I had an instructor that actually turned me off, because he's one of those instructors that wanna hit you for everything, every mistake
Oh
you make.
man.
You know what I'm
Oh
saying? You're gonna get the ruler, you're gonna get something coming towards you. So
yeah.
that was a negative for me. So as soon as I could get out of that situation,
You
I
run.
dropped that and take off. You know what I'm saying? So I left all the instrument behind. I said it's easier for me to listen to music than to play it.
And
So
less pain for you.
less pain for me, man. So more power to you by sticking with it.
Yeah, thank you.
So I understand that, um IRAL, your organization, you are the CEO, you are the founder, you are the person that actually orchestrate and initiate most of the movement and the production for, your programming and events. Now, you have this large festival coming up, which is the Music and Arts Festival, that showcases a number of, artists, cultures in terms of arts, after and it's gonna be huge for you. So I want you to tell the audience a little bit about, IRAL, the organization itself, how you get started, how that organization came about to where we are now. And in the meantime, while you're doing that, I'm gonna switch to bring, the event poster on the screen, so the audience can see what's going on. And so give us some insight on how that organization was started, and what pushed you to form that organization?
Yeah, so I've since I came to Canada, I started just playing in the multiple different bands, because once you have that music in you, it's kind of hard just to put it, uh not exercise it in it, right?
Mm.
So I started playing with a whole bunch of different bands, from like country, rock, polka, everything, right? Because I
Okay.
was pretty quick at catching on to whatever it was.
Mm.
And these guys were impressed, because I mean, it didn't take me long to within a week or two I was playing with them, right?
Right.
So I started doing that, and before long I was like really wanting to play our music, right? Because
Mm-hmm.
that's still the crave for our local music that we are connected to was
Right.
always in me, right? and
Mm-hmm.
and and then I started playing with other reggae bands out here, but then I quickly realized that there was not enough outlets, platforms that we can actually express ourselves. So the music wasn't really going anywhere, I would say,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Right.
After going on tour with a singer, artist, his name is Jakota from Montreal.
Yeah.
Jakota from Montreal, and we did a show in Winnipeg at the Cube, right? Reggae Soca Festival. And then we realized quickly that there has to be more that we can offer,
Okay.
right? So
Mm-hmm.
when we did this tour, a bunch of stuff started opening up for us. Not that they were huge shows, but the fact that I started seeing that there was such a lack in proper representation right across the board,
Right.
right? And this is why I started talking to a bunch of my friends about it, and I said, well, you know, I want to start this movement,
Mm-hmm.
right? And I just took it on to myself and started packing a whole bunch of money in it, and then
And bring it to life.
yeah, and because no, I am invested in it. It's
Right.
like I I just kept moving and doing it like stronger, and then reaching out to more people and creating this platform. Now I started to talk
So
to
this platform is IRAL.
IRAL, exactly.
Okay.
And so I reached out to Natalie Waite and What Media. Those
Mm-hmm.
were two of the main people that I work with right now. They're like the former crew, and this was
Yeah.
awesome that I meet these people, because they were just as passionate about it as I am.
Mm-hmm.
So they are strong in areas that I am not strong in. So
Okay. So
when
that
we
was
when
that created some teamwork
yes,
and right. So you're better off working as a team to get it done by bringing in some other folks with
yes,
like mind and like interest.
exactly. And
Mm-hmm.
once you have these sets of people in place with you that is really passionate about what you believe in and your dreams, then it
Right.
becomes easier to
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
tackle the situations. Now,
Right.
after a while, it became evident that, I mean, there's something that we got unique right here,
Okay.
right?
Mm-hmm.
And from there, we just start building and inviting people to join us, in whatever way they can, right? Even just to come and see what we are offering.
Right. So
Yeah.
so right now I see that you have a number of artists and groups line up. The audience can see that on the screen. The IRAL virtual party. So basically, this festival here is gonna be something virtual because of COVID. I mean, I know in America here, we America is actually open right now, so everybody's kind of is able to get out and socialize and mingle. But I think Canada is a little bit slower, and for the
Yes.
your concern for your
Yeah.
audience and stuff, you still want to exercise, that little bit of restraint. So
Yes.
you move towards keeping it virtual, just like during the heavy COVID season. So, well, with that said, I mean, I'm gonna ask you that before we even jump into the whole programming of the festival. Let me just try and ask you about, a little bit of the challenges that you had going forward in putting this together. You can just share that with us.
Yeah. So again, because we the era we're living in,
Mm-hmm.
the appreciation for the music is not quite there in the mainstream,
Yeah.
right?
Mm-hmm.
So we had to push really hard, or we are pushing really hard to make this like a number one festival in the area,
Right.
simply because in all those other Europe and Germany, internationally reggae is known to be a huge music entity, right? And
Right.
we believe that it can be the same here in Canada,
Right.
and people will come towards it, with love and appreciation,
Right.
right? So one of the challenges to bridge that gap, right? And
Mm-hmm.
the other one was the main one was financially, right?
Right.
Because it's a big dream, right?
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
it takes a lot of money, and due to COVID, we had planned our first event last year, right?
Right.
And we paid on a bunch of two venues, and
Mm-hmm.
artists booking and all of that stuff, and it didn't happen.
Okay.
So we had that money waving in the crowd or in the clouds somewhere out there,
Mm-hmm.
and yeah, so we had to regroup again, and all this time we were kind of just financing through Yard Vibes promotion
Okay.
was doing this. So now again, because it wasn't mainstream, the government wasn't really seeing us as as of yet. But
Mm-hmm.
luckily, just of recently, Canadian Heritage, they are the first one who came on board and started giving us the first section of support, right? Just to
Right.
find out how good we'll do. So last year we did our first virtual event, which
Okay.
was in September, and we thought, well, let's do another one because we want to remain relevant to our viewers,
Okay.
right? And to our community. And in COVID, this is all we can do, right?
Right. Right.
So,
Okay.
yeah.
So when you outline the fact that you have government involvement, so are you a non-profit organization or a for-profit organization?
Yeah, non-profit. We are a non-profit, and it helps us greatly because now the government can be involved in what we're doing because we are about community building and
Oh,
and
okay.
and, and actually developing the artists,
Mm-hmm.
right, and the musicians in the business, right?
Okay. Okay.
And then this just makes perfect sense for us to be a non-profit organization.
All right. So with that organization, you know, is IRAL looking to provide any form of support and contribution back into the society and the community, and for those individuals, especially youngsters, who are not as fortunate to be able to be exposed or be able to be a part of music that, you know of which they would like to be, and get involved in the culture. Are you set up to do that?
Yes, I'm glad you asked that question because this is what IRL is about, helping
Okay.
the
Mm-hmm.
underrepresented, right? So
Okay.
that's what we're gonna that community,
So you're
right?
looking at the underserved in terms of for the reggae
Yeah,
music, and in your diaspora right there.
exactly.
Mm.
And so we're looking forward to working with our community people in and helping them to reach the levels that they normally wouldn't have on their
Right.
own. And
Mm-hmm.
because I can see that there's a huge gap, right,
Mm-hmm.
in these communities, and they just have talented people flowing all over, but they go nowhere because nobody is there to actually
Okay.
guide them through this process, right? And it's
Mm-hmm.
very frustrating if you have to go it alone.
Okay. All right. So let's go to the explosive piece of this now, which is, the primary thing, and we're looking at on the screen here. IRAL virtual party. Man, that is huge. That is huge for you to get it there. So tell us now a little bit about this virtual party, this festival, the artist lineup, the bands and the people involved.
Tune in on that day, and all your friends, your family, grandma, grandpa, everybody can tune in and watch the virtual party, right? Festival. We
Definitely.
have artists like Balo, Dr. Henry. These are African guys from
Okay.
Winnipeg that's
Mm-hmm.
been performing around the Winnipeg areas, right? And maybe lots of people don't know them, but they're very, very talented artists, right? And bands. And we've got Dela Rose and a bunch of other Latin performers.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, there will be dancers. Papa Mambo Trio is a well-seasoned band that been playing Latin music here. So you're gonna get a real awesome mix of culture right
Right.
here. It's
Uh-huh.
like IRAL is a melting pot for these culture. And then
Okay.
we have
Okay.
on the reggae side, if I might miss a few of them, but as we go along, it's dancers as well, as you can read on there. Um, Yard is my favorite band on this poster, and
Mm.
because they have ties to me that are very
Well, tell
close.
us a little about the ties. Let us hear it.
Well, the Yardis is actually my family band.
Oh my gosh. Oh man. Now I see you. Now I see what's happening. So you're spreading this throughout the younger generation so they can follow in your footsteps and carry
Yes,
on this
yes,
tradition.
yes,
Wonderful,
exactly.
man.
Yeah, exactly. So the Yardis are my family band. We have
Uh-huh.
a total of 8 members in it. There's two that is person that is friend.
Is the
Uh,
wife included as part of the 8 members? Or
yes, my
she's
wife is
just
in.
on the financial side, making sure
No,
the money is
no,
well
man. She's
spent.
a singer, man. She's a singer,
Oh,
man.
okay, all
Recently,
right,
she
okay.
started
Then
singing.
what's her name and big up, man? What's up?
It's Carol, my wife, and
Ah,
she's an awesome singer, a singer, and she is very key to the band as well, as one of the leading factors here.
okay,
And we've
nice
got
man.
Jada also is my daughter,
Cool.
right?
So how old is Jada? She's a
Jada
singer
is
also.
Jada's 19. Jada actually is a singer songwriter musician.
What?
She has a song out now that is
Uh huh.
called "When You Lie." You should check it out. It's pretty nice, and
Okay.
she's awesome. Not because it's my kid, but hey,
Right, right,
look out for her because honestly, she has a bunch of songs lined up,
right.
right,
Uh
to
huh.
be releasing in the near future. So you
Okay.
got to keep a eye on her because she's gonna be somebody to watch, like within the next year,
Okay.
right?
Okay.
My son's also Justin is the bass player. He's 12, going on 13.
Mhm.
Actually he's 13. I got an 11-year-old son that is playing the drums right now,
What?
and yeah, so they're young, but don't be fooled. Their music is quite quite there, I would
Okay.
say.
All right. All
Yeah.
right. All right. So big up to IRAL Virtual Fest, the International Reggae Art, International Reggae Afro Latin and Music Festival, coming to you live and living colors on July 10th, 7:30 Eastern Standard Time. So put it on your calendar and tune in. Join us for this heavy hitter coming out of Canada. That's Mr. Neville Hamilton himself live here with us in our virtual studio and our platform, Black History Entertainment, Black History Radio, where we promote the arts in the black community and the diaspora all over the world.